You are all welcome again. Today I will talk about Elon Musk, a South African Bond Canadian American business magnate, who has free thinking of F-sites use stick barrier. These people like Elon Musk are born in a century, 2 or 4 people are born like this in about 100 years. There are people who are compulsive who want to control the future, by doing animation, at the age of 10. At the age of 10, he had to read so many books that he could not even graduate. At the age of 12, he made a game from the computer lying in the house. And he sold that game to an online company for the first time within $500. Since childhood, he was more focused that the problem is the biggest problem, looking for the solution as the solution. What they used to say is the only problem that the problem is not the problem, finding the solution as a big problem. So, if you can't say that Sir Yi inside their company, then it was his last day in his company. What he used to say must have happened. Think how they believe failure is the option world speaks failure is not the option career options. So I saw the first person whose business I wanted to know thoughts. Elon Musk. Many of you wrote in the comment box that Elon Musk does give this a person who is an inspiration for me too. This is the person who wants to survive for the earth. He made a solar city, which works in substantial energy creation. Solar city works on energy creation by power of power. Build Tesla model who works on sustainable energy consumption, that energy petrol diesel end the cycle. Become pollution-free electric vehicle driverless car. Actually hard work person who focused only on making high-class products. Start from the beginning. He is considered to be the most powerful person in nature. He is a sales talk program, and as a rocket scientist, he did not take the formulation of rocket science. He got bogged down. He understood the whole rocket science after reading the book Worms in his childhood. He had a deep vision in his childhood. Created suspense over an option, was looking to change the earth. Great leader. Don't write to food intro round on square what they say. Don't try to enter square round. The wise man is the one who build his high profile team to recognize the inner strength on their behalf. But what happened? The fish never walks on the tree. The monkey teasing the monkey from the tree will walk on its own. It is important to be powerful. Lose the right person in the first time. When the media person does not achieve the result, then it assumes that the result was not achieved because it could not have happened. But it is absolutely not saying that the opposite does not make any sense if the result is good. Different ways don't change the mistake. The way has changed, has not changed. The strategy has to be changed. The whole childhood has spent 10 to 12 hours sitting alone in the house and has given nickel to study and study for 7 days. You used to do those experts which no one can do. What used to say that I can't do what can be done. I have to do what should have been done. Only work speaks side effects on what I want to do. This lead to vitamin keyboard class company in which G2 is a .com paper space. Tesla solar city hyperlink tension behind Una Neuralink dumb boring company, of which only one decision and discussion of solar city and hyperloop is being discussed all over the world. They used to say that Mars is sending people to Mars. But I will start my life one by one. In 95, together with my brother Kimball, he started Zip2 and Zipta. Soon he got funding quickly, started meeting his father and later got funding and go ahead because they were still young. Their experience increased so much. Otherwise, that doctor thought, man, this man was not fit to be a CEO. He was removed from his associate position. Later, you know that before 2000 years, he was on the verge of bursting at 99, so everyone used to say that this company thought of Mill. The company was sold to Comtech, from where he had 7% equity in the money he got. in which he got $22 million and he could keep $20 million in his house and roam like a rich man. He was small, but he knew the whole $22 million one by one, started investing them further. Start TorrentX.com, and an online banking transaction company in its own right. First such company in the world went ahead with a company named Company, but at the same time both the companies merged done and its name is PayPal. Do you know PayPal came all over the world, but it is famous someone made them smart. How big is it? It is Elon Musk, his situations and his argument with the chief technical officer. He is a co-CTO. And it so happened that they were thinking to put it on the lines that it should be taken from Windows, and in the midst of this debate, Citi took the rest of the board with him, or took the rest of the board with him, or Elon Musk was newly married. Honeymoon PR went. Why the honeymoon back? He kicked it out and got out of the associate premises. However, that company is out, but when their stock had become very big while going out, they came out after $165 million. Then did not stop. What do you think now? I think that there should be life on Mars. I thought that the trees of Mars should be planted, and after that I will tell the people complete life will just come. Go to Russia and say that some such rocket should be built by which he proposed to Jaskew on the planet. It will take $8 million. Now start thinking, and $1 million is too much. He tried to negotiate a lot in Russia while his project was rejected. Went back there and thought that in QNA, this company has started to become itself Lou. After studying itself, he automatically pounded the SpaceX company at the same time, thus creating a commercially viable automobile industry in Henry Ford. Before that, the cars were very expensive. Van T's Henry Ford made a big assembling line to make a commercially viable company, said like Henry Ford Motor Company did YBL, so I can't Babel Q to SpaceX, 8 million too much a rocket. Started thinking, do something like this, what to do about reusable rockets. He did not study rocket science, but it shows that a man can learn to read the title of Cyclone video call by opening books. By opening the net, and he did private space travel redesign will make Akale not believe. No one said no one came to help this. Actually the issue was not that the rocket has to be taken to another orbit. The actual issue is to reach Yidiki low-cost my rocket co-orbit and the same rocket, then bring it back to reuse it. And the same time when he launched the first, his engine got fair and he got fire from there. He suffered a lot from there, tried it again for the second time. But it did not reach the other orbit, then it exploded, and after going to space for the third time, it got off fruit. Gave but ended all 3 times, ended with funding, isn't it? If you say, investor, now there is nothing left, then the company is over. But I will try this one, I will do a driver. What man were you going to do in a few months? There was a lot of motivation inside, and they were ready to put everything at stake. After selling their house, they tried for the last time by taking loans from everyone. This time not only was successful but also took the destruction of $1.5 billion in the project. And NASA called them and said, AAP work for us. You know our government money works for ISRO and NASA, but without government money for reusable rockets. I read myself by reading and reading by myself by opening books on my own without formal studies. I have done this paranoid vision to achieve my product, my craft. Really look at it, this is what I want to give in my country today. I will only be standing in our country. Many people who are watching these videos today, this NASA Space Agency equipment cargo to 2 more satellites and breaks, and he made a regional project. Along with this, he was still going on this decision. He has also put money in the motor. Tesla Motors has invested money, entered his company and got fully involved. soon he was declared the company's cooperation. And they prepared the vision of making an electric vehicle with Tesla, which became the first car that doubled its cost to become a $1,09,000 car of special. The previous thinking would initially become $50,000, but when it started making it, there was a lot of problem in the routine of the costly car. The second thing was a little less, but in the third test the actual only went to Costa, due to which their sales have been very fast, that is, before there were many failures in the spec, and X.com removed them even before PayPal's time. After that they both turned on, so here Vicky used to come failure, there was Tesla present, Gidar went. What does it say? Failure is the option fair Naxal, but remember yoga to bounce back, Monica to bounce her heart, and just a case study in itself, the art of failing successfully. 1 price 8 failing successfully today, network of more than $20 million, world's 50 richest people. Confusion has become so big around the world. India would have been prepared for electric vehicles ahead. Our Prime Minister has also met, and do you also know that today all preparations are being made to remove petrol diesel vehicles in our country? Drivers are making less pod vehicles to go to electric vehicles, which are covered in the world. Why is it necessary to have switches? Ted Lovely thinking only to put the lid on the barrier. You are the problem of everyone. Want to talk more? Sob. Forget something in life, don't forget. Bounce always. Doing so much work is sharing. Then what do you know when something goes like a spark, and when its respect decreases, if it grows, then by sharing it can be shared in all the WhatsApp groups, then download and share everything with me. Will love to see you all again, very much looking forward to watching the video every time. To stay connected.